Okay, now the last tab under the brothers section is the alumni, which you have to update at the end of every semester, technically, because some people graduate early. This is a page, I mean, this is a picture of like old alumni. You can change it if there's like for the seniors graduating this year. If we take a picture, you can change it to that. So, I mean, that's up to you. But this is a pretty cute picture. Anyways, so the way this page is organized is actually not, it's not like the easiest format, but it's probably the best one that I could come up with. That's like the least of a hassle, if that makes any sense. So, um, it's not a table, it's just like one column and then another column and then another one. And so it's the code is going from left to right, whereas if it was a table, it would be like by rows. So let me pull up the code for that. So going into alumni page under brothers, going down to inner content div. So yeah, you can see that it just starts with transfers, mark right, blah, 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 blah. So this is the first column. And it is a table, but the table doesn't have rows. It's just like one big gigantic row and then 4 columns. So you can see I made the width of the table 100% of the page. Well, not the page, but the this like inner content div section. So, and then I made each column 25% of the whole table. So that's evenly spaced. So the only thing you have to do is you just got to add in all of the names of anyone who's graduating. So I guess the easiest way to do this is, I would go into the brothers page, and let me just open a new tab because I don't want to lose this page. But I would go into this Delta Sigs page and then go to all of the pledge classes that have seniors in them. So obviously Zeta, these are all seniors. We know May 2013. You can see all their graduation dates are May 2013. Etas obviously are all seniors. So all of these people will be in the section. Some of the thetas are also graduating. So like Alex He, Jocelyn, Yenna, Steven, Frank. And there are actually some more. I don't think there's any in the IOTAs, but let's just check. No. But Kappas, there's Martin, and then there's Matt Greenzang. I think that's it. But just make sure and go through. I'm pretty sure there's no more in lambdas and blah, blah, blah. We can look at transfers, though, just in case. So James Goldthorpe, no. But Rahul is also graduating, so we have to make sure we put him in as well. So let's look at the code. So transfers is actually the first section, and it's organized by last name. So if I were to add in Rahul, he would actually be the first transfer. So let me just copy this, or I'll just make a new thing. So Kumar, Rahul, and I'm putting in a line break. So I'm adding that in. Theta. Sorry. So let's go back. It's from the most recent pledge class down to the oldest. So actually we have to make a new section for the Kappas. So that goes above theta. But we always leave the transfers on top just because that's just the way like the order works. So Kappa, and then the 2 Kappas that are graduating are Martin Barrow and Greenzang Matthew. And notice that the last person in every pledge class section has 2 line breaks after them. That's just to make like an extra space between the different pledge classes. So theta, let's go back and look at the thetas. So Alexander He, Jocelyn Hu. These are all people after Brittany Chen. So he, Alexander, who, Jocelyn. And I'm just going to put everyone in just because I need to illustrate something just like to figure out the spacing of the columns. It's a little tricky. So let me put in everyone. It might take a while, so you can fast forward through this. Yana Lee, Stephen Lee, Frank Wan. Make sure I didn't miss anyone. Okay, and Ada's. So Ada's already existing because people already graduated from our class. So there's going to be a lot of people in this one. Connie. Chung Lao Lee Park. Okay, and finally the zetas. So that was Derek, Xiaolong, and Yu Chen. So Derek, Yu. Oops. Okay. So just make sure I spelled everything right. Okay, so that looks good. Okay, so I'm gonna save this, and let's see if this works when I preview it. Just so I can show you. I mean, not the whole thing's gonna look right, but see how this whole column just got like super long because I added everyone to the first column. We have to kind of distribute like all the other pledge class informations to make it kind of like evenly spaced. So you have to do that manually, and I tried to like do it so I don't split up the different pledge classes besides the alpha one because it's like super long. So I would probably cut off this first one at I would probably have to leave the zetas in this column and just move the epsilons over. So okay, so I'm going to move the epsilons from this column. So I'm going to cut that and then put it in here. And let's see how that looks now. Okay. That's probably like the best it's going to get for now, just because if I move the zeta into the next column, that's going to push the gammas into the next column, and these two columns are going to be like longer than the first two, so it's going to look kind of awkward. What I could do is move some of these people like down here so that this column kind of matches like the first two. But I mean, there's really no point. It doesn't really matter. I think once more people graduate, you can try to even it out a little bit more. But right now, since I'm trying to keep the pledge classes together, it looks fine just like this. So that's how you update the alumni page.